A quick little video thing on games I've been playing. I'm going to do this segmented because I own a good good amount of games. So anyway, this is just what I have for 360 right now. I'll do my games and then I'll do games I've been playing. Anyway, the last game I've purchased was actually it's this one, Fable 2. I just picked this up from a college pair actually. They seem to be a pretty cool couple. They are going to Mesa State and needed the money, and it was pretty cool too. I was able to get this for a heck of a lot cheaper. I was able to get this game plus also the strategy guide right there. Huge thing. I'm about, where's my marker? I'm about to there. I've been playing it quite religiously. So anyway, that's the last game I purchased. It's a very fun game. It's a RPG. Word of warning: if you do not have the strategy guide, it is fun to kind of go find stuff in that, and that's what I did in the original one. I scoured that thing and beat that thing I think about 4 or 5 times, and that game was actually, at first it was very long, but then I was able to beat it in about 5 hours. So in like one sitting, I could beat the whole thing. But anyway, um, this second one is a lot more chock full of just little like treasure chests hid all over the place, and plus also you have to. In this one, you have a dog. I don't know if you can see that there. You got to make sure he's healthy and good and everything. That way he can continue to find dig spots if it's found where you dig up treasure. So anyway, that's a fun game. That's one I've been playing and I highly suggest it. Wonderful graphics. I'm actually thinking about getting into graphic design. I've always thought about doing it, but I've had a lot of little trails of this over here and this little over here of business endeavors and that, so I haven't really settled on one thing I'm going to solidly do. But that might just be a fun side project, because if I think I ever really truly got into it fully and try to make a career out of it, it would just kill all the fun I have making random stuff in Maya. Anyway, the other game I bought just before that one was Gears of War 2. This is an awesome game, and it's second to the first Gears of War. Of course, it's two. It's not like it just came out by itself. But anyway, I love this game too. It's a wonderful storyline. And what's really cool is they stick to the same original guns, and it's not like, oh, we suddenly have to have all these new guns, or the old gun that you were really good at now really sucks in this game, which I hate when they do that with games. So anyway, this is a wonderful game, and still I love how the like chainsaw bayonet of your main gun there. I don't know if I can get it with that reflection. There you go. Your chainsaw bayonet is still as strong as it was in the original game, only your foes can knock you away from doing it. In the original game, it was a little cheap to just run up and quickly do that little chainsaw bayonet. And actually, I remember one match, I just went through like 2 levels straight without firing a single shot and just did chainsaw bayonet just because it was easy enough and fun enough to do it. Anyway, a wonderful game so far. I've played co-op with my brother-in-law, and we really enjoyed it. I've actually beaten it already, and haven't had it that long. So it's kind of a short gameplay if you played the original before, which of course you would have had if unless you really liked the second one versus the first one and didn't like the first one enough to really understand what's going on, because the second one picks up right afterwards, so it's not one of those games you can just jump into. Anyway, one of the first games I bought for 360, in fact, actually, yeah, this was actually the first game I bought for 360, was Army of Two. This is a very fun game. It's I don't know really what to say about it. It's a fun game, and I really enjoy it for the kind of game it is. But if you do play it, you will notice little different, subtle differences to it. And some people don't like that. Some people do like that. And it's one of the first 360 games, so therefore it has certain little graphic flaws that if you look at it in comparison to, like, for instance, Halo ODST or Halo 3 or different ones where it's just lush graphics and different stuff like that. A lot of people won't like it as much purely out of that aspect. I love the gunfights and everything. It's it does get pretty good mature language. It's not necessarily vulgar or anything. It's just kind of funny to laugh at how much they curse and just kind of have to throw in a curse word here or there. It's just kind of funny. Reminds me of Suicide Kings. Not really as bad as Suicide Kings, but the Suicide Kings is just hilarious because you just start laughing. Because if you try to ever play a drinking game on Suicide Games, don't, because you'll be drunk about 20 minutes in if you're doing shots. My brother did that to Tombstone once, and that wasn't a good idea. Anyway, random side note. One of the other games I bought was Dead Rising. This game is awesome, but if anyone who has played this knows, and I will speak from experience, there is a save option problem with it, and a lot of people have apologized for it who created the game originally. What would happen is when you die, you'd be sent to a screen where it says save and restart, and then the other one that just says restart from save, and you're like, what? and I think it's worded just slightly different, but it means basically the same thing. If you hit save and restart or save and start over, what it does is it saves your guy's like how well he's been powered up. So if you've done enough bonuses and gotten a little bit more higher health and different stuff like that and have certain achievements, it saves that information and then starts you from the very beginning of the game. So if you're not thinking and you've been playing until like buku hours of the day technically because you're 6 7 a.m. after working and then just working in what time slot you have and then sleeping the next day kind of thing, and you accidentally hit the wrong one, you just completely overwrote, like have overwritten all of your save data, and your character is still upgraded to his same standard, but then you have to start the game from the very beginning. And I did that once and that sucked. So anyway, once you just make sure you're conscious when you're saving and don't accidentally just like AA and then just set the control down and then you're like, oh crap, what did I just do? So anyway, very fun game. I haven't beaten it yet. I'm trying to get the Mega Buster cheat where you have to kill 53,696, I believe it was, characters, and it says you've killed the population of the town, and it's like, but yet the zombie's still coming. So anyway, another one I've played and beaten was, of course, Halo 3. The first game I got with my Xbox when I saved up and got mine was Halo. I beat that game after only just shy of 3 weeks, and that was only playing 3 or 4 days out of each week. So I didn't put too much time into it, but I did give it a good, like I kind of waited and kind of dilly-dallied in certain areas just because I wanted to enjoy the game, and then I just really played hard at the very ending and beat the game. And then I tried it on the next difficulty and then started cursing at the screen because it wasn't as easy. And then I got through that and played it and beat it, and then I tried to beat it on Legendary and got almost to the very end. And anyway, so I've beat and played all of the Halos so far. This is Halo 3. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of people didn't enjoy the fact that it didn't smack them in the face with as good graphics as the second one did in comparison to the first one. But if you really think about it, they gave you higher landscapes, higher weapons, and if you know from a game like creator standpoint, that took so much time to get that same amount of detail as number 2 and just actually a little bit higher, which actually, one cool thing I loved about it is if you look at the Master Chief's armor in each of the games, they've subtly changed everything. In the first game, his visor was a solid and just was a little single like mesh, if you know what I'm talking about in digital standpoint. In the second one, it got little lines on it. And then on the third one here, it's gotten a lot more higher detail, and you can actually see more battle scars on it, which is one thing that they really wanted. Because in the second one, they started giving more battle scars and some more purple tinge coming through their armor, but then in this one, it's just like, it's cool because you can definitely tell he's been in battle. And then this one is Halo 3 ODST, where you're an orbital drop shock trooper. That one's an awesome game. I played this, and me and my brother-in-law beat it in 2 sittings. We sat down. He just bought it for $50 brand new, and we sat and played it for 2 hours, and then we sat down and played it for another like maybe 4 hours or something like that, and beat it. And we were just kind of sitting there going, "That's the ending." Well, it's a good ending, but we were kind of hoping for more than that. So we played the how was it, War Room or something in there, where you basically have droves and droves and droves of Covenant coming in, and you have to defend your position. It's not like they can overtake your position, you just have to survive. Essentially, you and your friend or brother-in-law, is my standpoint, you can have up to 4 people, and I think you can get online and have more than that, but I have not much of a live person, I don't know that standpoint. Anyway, oh yeah, of course I played and beat Gears of War 1. That was an awesome game, and definitely was really cool. I played that at my brother's apartment on his, what was it, roommate's on his roommate's 360 when he first bought it. It was the first game he bought for the console, and I almost beat it on that console. Then when my brother-in-law, my sister got married to my brother-in-law, and then he became my brother-in-law, I played that on his console and beat it, and loved the game, and I played it again and again, and I almost beat it, but what I kept on doing was I'd go to each chapter and get each one of the achievements and just start reading the achievement, like what you have to do to get the achievement, and just started going down the line. And then he moved to Colorado, and that's back when I still lived in Illinois. So then when I finally moved out here again, I've been going through the achievements, and then I got my own 360. Then I bought a 250 gig hard drive with it. I pieced it out. I got a console with just the cables, no hard drive, on Craigslist for only $50, which is awesome. fully functional, non-HDMI though, sadly, but still, it's a wonderful working system. Haven't had any problems with it. And then I've